Hey, what's up, Real Feel Podcast? It's Jordan. Um, Today our topic is gonna be embarrassing moments. Um, yeah,
Kathy's also here too.
Yeah,
So is Layla.
yeah, and also Dorothy, but I guess that doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
whatever.
Okay.
I'm gonna start off with my embarrassing moment. This happened in school, grade 12. I was in cafeteria class, also known as CAF class. In that class, you're supposed to be serving lunch. I think when your block is before lunch. So that just happened to be my day. And then that week, I wasn't really feeling well. I already fainted at work that week, and I fainted like at home. And for some reason, I just went to school because I'm like, oh, I can't miss English class. So I went to school, and then suddenly, when we were serving food at lunchtime, it got really dizzy, and I was like, yo, who's flickering lights? Like, who's doing this? Ivan, you crazy. And then and then I fainted, That was kind of nice. And then I sat in Ivan's office, and then Abby came in, and then he fed me a pack of sugar, and then there were like two other people there, and then I called Emily, but no one came. I was a stranded wolf, And
I was in that class. Why did you not call out for me? I was in that class.
How am I supposed to call when I'm eating a pack of sugar? Anyways,
You're right.
And then I spam called Dorothy, and then I hear Dorothy like running in, and then she's like, "Where's Layla?" And then like I came in, and then Chef peeked in to the room, and then he just left, and I was like, "What the?" Like I'm like, bro, he doesn't even care about his students. That's toxic. And then like I hear a stroller or something come in, and I think it's like Chef's kid or something, but it wasn't. It was actually a wheelchair. And then the nurse was like struggling to push me out of the classroom, and then Chef was like, he was trying to, I don't know, he was trying to make his statement impactful. He was like, next time, this is why you don't be stubborn. Like with a period, like with a solid period. And then
not the period, and
the capital. And then Dorothy, Emily, and I, we made a TikTok, and that's my embarrassing moment.
I wasn't invited to this. How dare you not invite me? How dare you?
Oh my god, you didn't even come. All you cared about was the food.
I didn't. Lila fainted until she was rolled out in a wheelchair.
That's so embarrassing. Anyways,
for you.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry I wasn't there.
Like,
we love that for you.
Kathy, it happens, I guess. I mean, if you fainted, I'd be there, but whatever. Anyways.
But the thing is, I never faint.
No one can even see that.
Y'all heard it here, folks.
Anyways, Kathy, what's your little embarrassing story?
I mean, like, okay, this isn't like the most embarrassing. Like, okay, this happened in grade 10. Oh no, okay, it's 10 or 9. I was in Spanish class, right? Español. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Hola.
Wow. And so like I think this was like second block, and like the first block I was like chilling, like, but the second block, like, I was feeling a bit dizzy. And then I was like, okay, like, I'm gonna just swallow some water, it's gonna go away. And then my teacher left the room, and at this point, I was like, bro, I need to go. But then I was scared, if I just leave the room, she's gonna yell at me. I just left, and then I puked right outside of the door, and I swear the whole room could have like heard it, because it was like a whoosh, like on the ground.
Like that.
It was so embarrassing. And then like one of the teachers walked by, and then she's like, bro, you good? Like, the fuck? And then I went home, and then I stayed home for like 2 days because I think I had food poisoning.
Oh my god!
Right. Like, I'm not embarrassed or anything. Like, it's okay. Like, the hallway didn't smell like shit or anything. Like, it's fine. So that's one of my stories. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you for listening. That was really embarrassing. Oh, actually, I think I ate like a bad bagel the morning or something. Like,
oh my god! Yo,
like
this
a bad
one time,
bagel.
I threw up after eating a bagel too. It's something.
This is my story. How dare you interrupt me like that?
I'm sorry. I'm just
No, go
angry that
ahead.
you didn't
I'm
come
done.
after I fainted.
Wait, what?
What?
Anyways, Dorothy, what's your most embarrassing story?
All right. So I don't know if this really like considered. Well, it's embarrassing for me and the people that were there to witness it with
Was
me.
I there?
No. So basically, this happened like 2 years ago. So that means what? I was like 16 years old. So
Why would you expose your age like that? Don't expose.
Bro, I'm sorry. I was 16. I was 7 years old. And yeah. And then my family and I, we were like on a trip in the Philippines. Like we're on an island this time, just like vacationing instead of like visiting family for a bit, taking a break from that scene. And then we were in like a private tour van. But before we go into
let's go! Private, yeah!
whatever, I like the tour package. But so basically we stopped by at a mall for a second, and then so, like basically after eating blah blah blah, I drank a lot of like liquids. So I think you guys know where this is going. But basically my mom went into the store and I wasn't allowed to bring in food to the store, so she told me to wait outside, and I had like ice cream, so I was just waiting there and I was like, wait, I have to go pee, but then like I couldn't go inside because I thought I was gonna get thrown out. And then what's it called, so then I was like trying to call her, but she wasn't answering because she was like lined up for the longest line ever. And like I was like, okay, whatever, I'll just hold it. And then eventually they come out and then they're like, we gotta go, we gotta run, the bus driver's here. So then I was like, oh shoot. So then I just ran out with them. I was like, okay, I can hold my pee. I've done this before. We've gone on like road trips, held my pee for 3 hours. I can do this. So I go into the van. And then I'm like, oh shoot. And I was like, and like I whispered to my mom, like, Ma, can we stop? And she's like, why? And she was like, I need to go pee. And she's like, just hold it. We're in traffic. And then I was like, I really need to go. And then like, when you need to pee, so then you start like moving around so you get distracted. So I stood up in the van and started walking around, like pacing in the van. And then I was like, Mike, I can't do it anymore. Like I screamed at her. I was like, Mike, I can't like hold it in anymore. And then suddenly you just hear like on this, because I stood by the door, the plastic part, and I threw myself there. And then the tour van driver, he was like, and then I was like, and then my mom was like, what are you doing? What you freaking pee? We're trying to go to a temple right now. Like I don't have time for this. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. And then I think the driver was trying to make me feel better because he was like, it's okay. This one time, like this guy pooped in my van. I was like, great. Like, nice to know. So instead of spending like 30 minutes at a temple, we spent 20 minutes looking for shorts for me to change into in 40-degree weather.
Okay,
and then we went to but then keep in mind I couldn't find shoes, so my socks and my shoes were soaked while I was walking around the temple, and I just wore okay, anyways.
You wore shorts at the temple?
No, it's like
the disrespect. The disrespect.
How dare you? How dare you?
I'm sorry.
How dare you?
Actually,
yeah, you have to. If you're wearing shorts, you wear like at least like the ones I go to.
Leggings under. Like,
or no, like you wear like this little like scarf kind of like thing to wrap.
No. I had what's it called? Well, I peed myself, so I had a jacket over my leg. Yeah.
Bro. 16 and you peed yourself.
Yo, it happens.
Hey, I think I have a UTI. I think I have a UTI. Okay, it runs in the family.
That's
anyway. Jordan. Jordan, how are you over there?
I'm doing good. But yeah, embarrassing story. Okay, back in grade 5. Wait.
They're like SpongeBob.
But anyways, when I was going to, I think grade 4 summer, so like going to grade 5. I was in summer school. um, yeah, and one morning I had McDonald's McDonald's breakfast that may have been not so good. But anyways, I yeah, one day I ate it. I had to go to the washroom, and as I was going to the washroom, I oh I was going to the washroom. These kids were taking like the attendance to the office, and like I did this with my sleeve like right in front of them. I, I peeped a little at my art, and they're like, ew. And I walked into the boys' washroom. I think I puked in the sink.
Oh my god.
And then I started washing my sleeve.
Not the sink.
Did you use your fingers and try to like
back to that memory.
shove it
Yeah.
down?
Yeah, I was scraping the vomit off my sleeve, and then trying to wash it down the sink. And then like a teacher came in and like, "Yo, you're sick. You can't be here."
You're sick.
No, that's sick.
And then like after like they checked that everything's okay, and then like they're like, "Yo, use this washroom." Like it's like the staff washroom. Like and then I went inside. I locked the door. I waited there, and they're like, nothing's coming out. And then I was like, I gotta take a shit. And like nature happens, and like I destroy the toilet.
Oh my god.
And yeah, and then went home.
You really took advantage of the situation.
Yeah. You should
Yeah.
send notes for that.
Why do all our embarrassing stories either include puking or peeing or fainting?
Runs in the family. It runs in the family.
Wait, I have a quick one. A quick one. So basically, this is grade 7. You know how like we go to Cultus, a water park, whatever.
Yeah.
And so you know the ride where like it's like a U and like you go down either in duos or singles. So I went down by myself, right? And like I was wearing like little bikini, grade 7. Let's go.
How'd you, bro? I wore like a full on like wetsuit. Like I swear.
So basically I went down, whatever, and then after I got up, my bottoms were up my ass, and so I had to pick it up. But then I realized like the person was probably watching me to wait till like the other person comes, and like there's like a crowd of people watching the slide. So like when people come down, they watch, and so that whole crowd of people watched me too pick my undies out of my ass. And yeah,
That's cute.
so that's me.
You get him for real. You get him for real.
But just imagine grade 7 Kathy taking her undies out of her asshole. It's so humiliating. Wow.
Bro, wait.
Nice,
I also have another just a little quick cultist story. Like, okay, when in grade 7, when we went to cultist, like that day my stomach was kind of hurting, and I was like, why does my stomach hurt? And then I got my period on the day that we were supposed to go to cultist, and I was like, oh my god, I'm doomed. And then like I'm pretty sure the whole entire class knew, because halfway through I was like, I'm over it. Like I'm just gonna sit and watch everyone. Like I was trying to be a drama queen, Yeah.
Oh my god.
That was so, yes. I was really sad.
So that was some good stories. I think that wraps up our episode for today.
Yes.
That was really good.
Thank you everyone for listening.
Thank
Feel
you.
free.
Bye, guys.
Okay.
Bye.
For real podcast.
Leave a like,
Leave a like. Oh, okay, for real, can't
comment.